Well, the weather is cold and the deer are hungry. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just a good way to start out another week. Is deer feeding at the feeder. I don't know how many we got here. We got a pretty good bunch. The wind's blowing pretty hard back behind me. I don't have my microphone on. I don't know how it sounds. Might be getting a little wind noise, but I just thought we'd get started this week off with some deer. You can see that the big boy's out there. That big 12 point still has not yet lost his antlers, and you can see Thundercloud TC there. His has been off now for, golly, 3 or 4 weeks seems like. And Forrest still, where is Forrest? There he is. Forrest still has both of his, and all the smaller bucks are all antlerless. So it's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing, but what different periods of time these deer lose their antlers. But what a great way to start another week. Okay, the deer in the yard. Look at the little baby down there with the big one. That's the difference in size. Isn't that amazing? Look at that little girl. I guess that might be TC because that's an awfully big deer there. See the deer down by the water? I love to watch them when they get down around that water and start drinking, because they just drink for such a long period of time. It's amazing. What are we seeing down there anyway? 4, 6, 8, 9 deer. And they're kind of concentrating in one little small area in the yard. Isn't that something? Oh! Oh! Forrest? What are you doing? Is the rut over? I don't think so. Forrest is deciding he's going to do a little chasing. Yeah, he's going to chase the girls a little bit. Yes, he is. Forrest, baby, the rut is over, son. It's February. Maybe he just being a bully. I don't know. I don't know. But that is just beautiful down there. Then I don't know what in the world they're eating. There's just very little precious amount of green down there. And I guess they are eating that green. They could be browsing on the dead Bermuda. I don't know, but they're all down in that one little area. Now, honestly, what's happened here is why some of them moved off. They heard me talking, and I'm thinking I might go around there and get in the feed bucket and throw them some feed. But Forrest is girl crazy. Yeah, he's thinking about the girls. I'll stop and nibble a little bit on. They're probably eating that little bit of green, which is clover. That's exactly what is out there, is a little bit of green clover. Everything else is dead. We're not too awful far. First green up will be, probably early March. We probably will do a burn off here sometime in February, where we'll burn an awful lot of land here at the ranch. Burn, actually hundreds and hundreds of acres. And it'll all be black, but then it'll come back in beautiful green. The black, when you burn it, turns into fertilizer. We'll be planting some Ocmulgee River buckmaker food plots, putting in our spring food plots. Burning that ground helps, and then we put NutriPlot on top of that to help it grow. We got the most hay that we've ever had this year using that combination. And it just worked out really good. Burning those fields are important. The buckmaker food plot seed is important. And the NutriPlot. All of it really added up to quite a bit. We've got so many deer, particularly inside the high fence, the inside high fence area. So many deer that, boy, they eat it just almost as fast as it comes up. We probably ought to fence some areas off and not let them get in there. But I hate to do any of that, because when you do that and you open it up for them to go into a 20 or 30 acre patch that you might have fenced off, if the coyote catches them in there, they kill them. They can catch them and pin them up against that fence. So they need wide open areas to be able to stay away from those coyotes. They get in small areas, the coyotes are going to catch them just about every single time. I don't know, Forrest there, he'd act like he was chasing girls is what he was chasing, but I don't know if they might have just gotten his favorite clover patch. I don't really have any idea one way or the other. Do you know that it has been so dry around here, it's amazing that we have anything left for them to eat. The winter time has hit, the cold weather, and we've had a beautiful winter, really. We've had a lot of days it's been nice. Even in, January and February, we had some 70-degree days. In December, we had quite a few 70-degree days. And in November, I think more days at least above 60 than was days below 60 for a high. And even though we've had some single digits, it's just been incredibly dry. I think since July, we've only had 5, 6, 7 inches of rain total since July. That's just really, really amazing. But the deer just having them a great time down there. TC is probably going to start growing those antlers back sometime pretty soon. Be interesting to see really how big they become. See if they get larger. He's getting older, so I don't know. They may be going the other way. I don't know how good you can see them because it's getting pretty close to dark. We'll test out this iPhone quality. We'll zoom in on them. But I've got a yard full of deer. Got my babies out there. I'm going to walk up a little bit so we can maybe see them a little bit better. I need to get me one of those contraptions where you can carry this thing and walk and it stays steady. Stabilizer. Because I don't walk very steady. And oh yeah, throw your tail up and pee. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do that every time I'm taking a picture. I don't know. I think she just might have thrown her tail up. I don't know how many's out there. Just a handful. I don't know. Quite a few. Yeah, quite a few scattered around out there. They're watching me walking around down here. Every one of them's looking at me. Walking around here in the yard. We can zoom a little bit more. It might get kind of grainy. Coyotes are howling. Stinking coyotes. I don't like coyotes. They get a lot of baby deer. Over 40%. It looks a little grainy to me. Uh-oh, feeder might have gone off or something. They're all headed away, and I know they're not running away from me. There they go. And tail high in the air, and there goes a white tail over the hill. Whoop, one more. And good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. I'll bid thee fare thee well. As we look out on a cold February morning, we see that everybody is doing well this morning. I can see lots of deer feeding. I see lots of deer laying down. Everybody seems to be doing just good. Forrest still has his antlers. Every morning I look up, I expect him not to be there. There's the big 12 point. The big 12 point. Going down for a little drink. You'll notice that I can walk out there and those ducks will fly off. The deer walking around, the ducks pay no attention to them at all. Wild animals are wild animals, and ducks and deer obviously are no threat to each other. Be nice if those two big old antlers would fall off right there. They'd be pretty easy to find, wouldn't they? Now, the only thing, if they were to fall off right there and we get a big bunch of rain, that lake come up, then they would be underwater. We don't want that to happen. But he is a beauty. It is cold out there this morning. We have weather coming in. Now, he's going to drink for a long time. They do drink for a long time. They can go pretty much all day long without another drink of water. Once they take a big drink, a lot of times when it's dry, they'll drink only morning and evenings. That rain gauge hadn't had hardly anything in it in months. I'm talking in months. Just been absolutely dry, dry, dry. Big giant winter snowstorm. Oh, everything's welcome. Everything's welcome. Any kind of moisture at all. Isn't he beautiful? See his antlers with that water behind him. Just absolutely a big, gorgeous 12 point. Got stickers and stuff. Just really, really nice. Big, beautiful, fat deer. I think he is a 3-year-old.
Definitely one of my deer out of some of my high dollar breeding. Look through the slats. See a lot of deer laying on the ground. Getting out of that cold north wind. Coming around here on the south side of the house where the lake is. The ducks are doing the exact same thing. Getting out of that cold north wind. Not really a very good day to be outside. One of those days to stay inside and enjoy the...
What are all y'all doing out here in the middle of the day? Huh? What are y'all doing out here in the middle of the day? Y'all having a good time? Yeah. Yeah, all my babies there. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 10. Yeah, there's 10 there. Oh, big boy over there. Can't believe he hasn't lost his antlers. I hope he loses them right there where he's standing. Wouldn't that be great? I believe I could find those. I believe Beaver could find those. There's Forrest. He's still got both of his. My. Right here in the middle of the day, I look out here. Food's hard to come by right now. We set the feeder off actually 4 times a day right now, so they're getting plenty of South Fresh deer food. And they're in pretty good shape. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's right. I don't see... Oh, I guess he's right here. I was going to say I don't see TC, but I think it's TC right there, big boy. TC, you need to start putting some antlers back on here pretty soon, buddy. We're going to watch them grow again. Yes, we are. All right, buddy. I want you to take a look at that beautiful 12-point right there. I just threw out some extra food, and because it's cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A beautiful 12-point. He's tamed up to the point that he is within about 10 yards of me right now. As I back away, you can see just how close he is. He's only about 10 yards. I've got 16 or 17 other babies right here. Everybody's just having a great time. I'm within just a few feet of most all these deer. There is Thunder Chicken and Forrest. Everybody's having a great time. It's viciously cold. But looky here what we have. Just absolutely gorgeous. My fingers are getting cold. The wind is blowing is what the problem is. Probably a lot of wind noise in this video, but can't help that. Just wanted to show you this before I jumped out on the road to go work a day or two. This is absolutely beautiful. Here comes another deer coming in out there. That'll be TC way off out there. And here comes the wind. I got to get out of it.
It is definitely wintertime. And all of our, there go our ducks. They're not going to move very far. The ducks are getting used to me also. And they're gathering in more and more this morning. Lots of babies out here. It is cold. It is cold. Wintertime is here. You can see it's become a great place to lounge because the house is blocking a lot of the wind. A lot of our babies are just lounging around. They're still feeding. They're still feeding on this yard, on this lawn. And by golly, there's just not a lot out there to eat. There's a little bitty clover. But deer will spend a lot of time. Well, I see during the night, I expect to get up and see Forrest with only one antler or no antlers, and still Forrest gets up. He's walking over here to see me. He's thinking I might throw him down a carrot from the deck or something. I've got a few apples is all I've got left right now. But we'll be feeding him some apples. It's a pretty little baby right there. Comes another pretty little baby. Oh, they're beautiful. You can see the difference in size. But look how square they are. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful deer. We've got a pretty good bunch out here today. The 12-point who has come a part of the herd. That's all there is to it. It's part of the herd. He knows where free lunch is. Know how many deer are out there? 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Hi, Forrest, baby. Hi, Forrest. Hi, Forrest. I bet you'd like some food in your fishbowl, wouldn't you? I bet I could handle that. Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. You know, if you've got deer around your property and it's legal in your state, you ought to put a feeder out. Texas hunter feeders, you can program them. You can feed them a little bit or feed them a lot. If just a little bit to supplement them, or if it's a lot of their diet during the wintertime, certainly helps. A lot of the feeders that these deer, not these particular ones here, but the deer get used to going to, once hunting season's over, it's still open in some of the parts of the deep south, obviously. South Texas, clear into actually pretty much all of February. And a lot of places into the first couple weeks in February. So once the feeders start running out, deer hunters, a lot of them, of course, are not going to put them back in. If you want to really help your animals on your place, even after the season runs out, you hunt your last day, fill your feeders completely up and set them where they maybe only go off once a day, but maybe just give a little supplement there for a few more weeks really helps these deer, especially as we get into this month right here, February, when it becomes more and more difficult. The green up is not too far out in the future. Once that green up starts, the deer obviously have a lot more to eat, but it doesn't hurt anything to help them out. And let me tell you, the money you spend, we spend an awful lot of money on feed, but the money that you spend helping deer, they will give you back in pleasure just watching them, just enjoying them. And we really, really, really enjoy them. We love our fur babies. What a great picture out here this morning. Just relaxed, having a great time out of that brisk, hard north wind. Waiting on the feeder to go off, which we've got set to go off about an hour after daylight. But a nice little bunch of deer out here this morning just to brighten up my day. And brighten up your day too, I hope. Guys and girls, have you a great one.